Hello, welcome to Guacamole Circus with three of us this time. This is me, Aaron Boyd, and Shad.
We're back!
And Travis.
We're back.
Yeah!
Okay.
Alrighty, and today we're going to be talking about O.J. Simpson. He's got a lot of getting even to do.
Hell yeah!
And a surprise thing for me. And also some whatever falls out of our, diseased minds on the way. We'll see how it goes. Let's have some fun.
Death is on the horizon. I can't wait!
Jesus is coming.
It is inescapable for all of us.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Wait, what?
Nothing of consequence.
You'll catch it.
Wink.
Playback.
Wink.
I hope I do.
Blasphemy.
Oh, God.
Who?
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I'm on board. Okay.
Anywho.
So, OJ's back.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's got a lot of getting even to do.
Back and on Twitter.
Yeah.
God, I love life right now because it's hilarious. Just everything. I can't even fathom because it's just so hilarious how nuts everything is. For those of you that don't know and weren't alive during the O.J. Simpson trials, like us,
He for sure killed his wife.
O.J. Simpson is a famous football player who was great in college and somewhat in the NFL before he got on trial for allegedly killing his wife.
He for sure killed his wife.
Yeah. And he's been, what's the word? Shamed, outcast, murderer. I don't know.
Well, he was a murderer. He was acquitted. He's for sure guilty.
Yeah. He's basically just been in shame. Like everybody shamed him.
He's been in hiding. He has not been on Twitter.
Well, he's been on trial for however long.
Well, I think what it was is criminally they couldn't charge him, but they could civilly charge him? Law terms. I don't know him very well.
Something like that.
But there's two different types of courts. They couldn't get him in the criminal courts, but they will get a civil lawsuit out
And that's
of him.
been law time with Law Boy Travis.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is back in public.
He's just been, you haven't heard from him a lot, but what was it, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, he hops on Twitter and he goes, oh, I gotta actually take my teeth out for this to do the O.J. Simpson thing. Hold on.
Okay, for those of you at home, Shad is taking his teeth out.
We're gonna have to cut all this because there's gonna be a lull. Hey, Twitter world, it's your boy. Actually, he says, it's yours truly, because his whole thing on his Twitter is just if it's not said here, I didn't say it, because he's the real OJ, or whatever. So he's like, hey, Twitter world, it's yours truly, O.J. Simpson. And he comes on, and he's like, his whole thing, his first video, I'm going to put my teeth back in, so I can actually speak. His whole, thing for his first video was just I'm here to talk about whatever you cats want. But except for my murdered wife, because I definitely didn't do it. And he's like, we could talk about sports, specifically fantasy football, because I love that stuff, not my dead wife. And he's like, so, I'm just here to set the record straight.
I've got a lot of getting even to do.
Yeah, that was the end of it, which was wild. He's like, we might even talk about politics if you want. And then his, next 2 videos were just, him talking about the Democratic debate. And he was just like, you guys really need to watch this. This is real.
Otherwise, you'll end up murdering your wives.
No, that's what happens when you pay attention to politics.
No, either way, you might murder your wife, but you might not. I definitely didn't.
And he's just like, hey, Twitter world, it's your boy, the real juice. And he goes,
The juice.
That's what he said. Everybody refers to him as juice.
OJ, orange juice. The juice is loose.
I'm gonna put. Hold on. His whole the day Michael Jackson died 10 years ago, but the 10-year anniversary was last couple days. Or week.
Which, by the way, Michael Jackson is an indefensible monster. Get out of my face.
Oh, I thought you were saying he's dead. He can't defend himself. He's a piece of shit.
No,
Michael Jackson.
He's a piece of shit, and people shouldn't try to defend him.
Go
on.
He's pedophile. What happened to our heroes being dumb?
Watch Leaving Neverland. It's pretty great. Okay.
Watch The Cosby Show.
Oh, no.
Now streaming on all streaming platforms.
I think it's on none of them.
I hope it is. Did I show you guys the picture? I went to Goodwill sidebar. I went to Goodwill like half a year ago, and I like rolled in.
We'll get back to OJ someday.
We'll come back to OJ. He's not going anywhere. He's still on trial in my book.
He might murder a couple people while we're talking about other stuff.
That's fine. He's murdered enough. I think he's at his fill.
He's got a lot of getting even to do.
I know. He's got to set the record straight. Cool
with
cat.
murder.
Yeah. I didn't murder nobody. If you say different, I'll murder you. And I roll into a Goodwill and go over to the corner where all the books are, because I just happened to end up there. And they usually have a pretty dope like record collection. I'm actually surprised some of the vinyls that you find in there. But there was all by itself. If I can find the picture, maybe I could send it to Aaron and he can crop it into the video here. But it's just a lone Bill Cosby album. just hucked into the corner by itself. It's all alone, and it was just the perfect thing I've ever seen. But it was great.
And
Watch
you
the
didn't
Cosby
buy
Show.
it?
I should have. Oh, I should. I wonder if it's still there. It's probably still there.
Was it segregated from the rest?
Yes, it was separate but not equal because it's Bill Cosby and he's awful.
He's a rapist.
Speaking of Bill Cosby being a rapist, there is one. I think it's actually the newest Dave Chappelle special. I always bring this up whenever Bill Cosby comes up because I'm usually the one that brings up Bill Cosby because I like Dave Chappelle's comedy special, so I always bring it up. He has of all the rape jokes out there, this is the best one. It's actually pretty.
Where this is going. Shit.
Neither do I, but
Oh, boy.
usually no. It's actually
Buckle up, kiddos.
It's actually a really well-crafted joke, and it uses the horrifying act of rape in a good way is not the right way to put it, but it's a good joke.
Chad, you're digging a grave here that I don't think you can get out.
Who's gonna throw me in it?
We're gonna lose
O.J. Simpson? Hey, we're back.
We're gonna lose our Denny's sponsor.
Oh, Denny's! I forgot about.
It's a great place to sit.
Denny's. Denny's.
Round two.
We gotta cut all of it and go back. Run it back one more time.
Bring it back to OJ.
So O.J. Simpson, for all you kids at home that don't know the lingo of O.J.
The juice.
Oh,
Yeah, the juice. Number 32 from the South Carolina University. I think that's where he went. South Carolina, maybe? I don't know. OSU, something like
I
that.
don't know where
Aaron
OJ's from.
Smith.
Key and Peele bit. So OJ, during his Democratic debate video, he's just like, hold on.
This is so far. Most of this episode has been a ballet of watching Shad take out and put back in his teeth.
It's an act. It's a balancing act of comedy, and I haven't gotten the timing down yet because you know what the number one rule of comedy is?
Don't murder
Taking your
someone?
teeth out.
Okay.
Patrick always does the timing joke, and I hate him for it.
Yeah, we all do. It's okay.
I thought it was the rule of threes.
Pretty much.
I thought it
You
was.
just yell three at people and they laugh. That would work. On
I
me.
went to theater school.
Yeah. You learn a lot there.
He's like, "What's the key to comedy?"
3!
And then people are like,
I have learned a fair bit, but continue. His
OJ,
teeth are out.
I'm prepped and ready.
His Invisalign is out, and this is the album.
OJ.
He is Billie Eilish.
The juice comes on and goes, "Hey, Twitter world, it's your boy, yours truly, the real juice." And he goes, "Don't you let these so-called experts and inquisitors or whatever he says, because he makes up words. And he's like, don't let them tell you who won this debate. You go home because your vote, you're the expert." And that's my OJ bit. And he talks about politics sometimes, and then he posted one. I want to say it was earlier this week. Maybe it was before that.
Well, not like this week because you're going to be listening at a different time.
Yeah.
But like
the week of July 4th.
The week that he put it out.
Yeah, you can check. Twitter's a thing. That was OJ.
He's lurking in the corner to murder us like he totally murdered his wife.
So my original point of just flipping out, trying to wrap my head around the Matrix glitch that our world has become because of social media.
The world is on fire.
O.J. Simpson has become an after-school special Mr. Rogers character. I don't know how it happened. I don't know who let him do it, but it's most evident in his most recent video where it starts out after he has taken a fake golf swing.
Oh yeah, it totally is fake.
He's finishing the swing, and you should be able to see a ball or something, or like you hear the noise of the ball. He just took a fake swing, and he's just standing in his pose. He's like, "Hey, that's what I'm talking about."
Hey kids,
I'm like,
welcome to the OJ show.
And then he like leans on his club, like he's getting ready to tell us not to do drugs or don't kill your wife. And he's leaning against it, and he's just like, you know, I've been told in my life that sometimes you're gonna have to go through a little rain, you know. And in my life, I've been through some hurricanes, you know. I've had a lot of rain thrown my way, and some people say that what they're saying is fact, you know. And
kind of dipping into like Randy Newman here.
Isn't that OJ?
Some people got no reason to live.
You got a friend in me.
Fucking love Randy Newman.
Unless I kill you too. Just remember what old Juice said. Oh, you're...
It's a jungle out there. That's a Randy Newman song. It's a jungle out there. My roommate and I sing that all the time. Who knows what's in the air that you breathe? Well, I do.
Jungle, Tarzan.
Amazing.
Phil Collins wrote the Tarzan soundtrack.
Oh, God.
And then we bust into Phil Collins Tarzan talk.
We're already there.
I left the room.
He's coming back. Well, when he comes back, we'll talk about Phil Collins. And OJ is just like leaning against his club, and he's like, you know what these people say, what they're saying is fact. But even though it can be a probability and a possibility, it's not fact, and I'm here to set the record straight.
Did he stumble like that too?
Yeah. And it's wild. So I put a tweet out because it just makes me laugh, because all I can do is laugh, because the only other thing that I have to do is just rip my hair out and go crazy because it's insane.
The world is on fire.
It literally, because he's just like... I said, for a guy who didn't kill his wife, he definitely talks a lot about how he definitely didn't kill his wife. When, like, his first video was like, I don't want to talk about how I did or did not kill my wife. I'd like to talk about sports and politics. And his most of his videos contain him being like, all these people saying I killed my wife is wrong. And I proved, Cochran proved it. The glove didn't fit.
It's because he stopped taking arthritis medicine and his hand swelled up. God fucking damn it.
And
that's such a stupid thing.
Old Tricky Dick got away with another one, a.k.a. the Juice. If you ever want to have a good laugh at something, go back and watch the OJ, like the actual OJ trials. Not the TV show, which was pretty good, but go and watch the actual, because it's on the internet. Like, people have posted the courtroom videos. It is it's just a circus, and it's hilarious. Just everybody in the courtroom is incompetent. The judge, the defendant, all the attorneys, everybody's so dumb, and it's just hilarious. The cop tampered with the evidence and placed the glove, and it's hilarious. But that was my biggest thing, was just trying to wrap my head around so many dumb things that are happening on social media that we have. Like, one of the biggest stories was like 2 YouTubers getting engaged. It's just like,
who gives
the
a
king
shit?
and queen of YouTube are gonna bang, boy. And then you turn the corner and it's OJ, and he's just like, hey, Twitter world, I'm here with my golf club. I'm gonna go kill some kids in a school shooting. And then you turn the corner and it's an actual school shooting, and everybody's crying. And then you find Anthony Jeselnik just tweeted like, hey, you know, school shootings are kind of funny. And then everybody laughs.
Oh man, my favorite one is every time there's a school shooting, because it happens a lot.
It happens more than you'd think, but less than you'd like.
Oh God.
Actually, other way around. More than you'd like, but less than you think.
That's still not right.
I just said the same thing, but I twisted them.
Every time.
It should happen more.
No!
Damn it, Chef.
The Onion always says a thing.
Quote me on it.
Where it's like, there's no way we could have prevented this, says only nation where this repeatedly happens. Oh, God damn it. The world's on fire. The president's an idiot. We're having a good time.
It is a good freaking
Do you know
time.
how many times, like quantifiably, someone has gone back and checked. Do you know how many times the president had lied by March of this year? Throw out a number. Give me a number. Take a guess, both of you.
2.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Travis.
He's like, no, it's 1, idiot. God, he said that Hillary was gonna win.
Give me a number.
What year was Nixon president?
In the
70s, right?
Yeah.
No, this is some Illuminati shit.
Yeah, so if you triangulate the position of the moon and my ass... Cut that. That was stupid.
No, you get to live with that. You get to live with the stink of that joke.
I'm not even drunk. I was going to bring alcohol to this because I thought it would go over smoother, and it's already ruined.
Wait, I'm going to bring beer the next one.
Yes!
I need to drink for this.
Yes! I'll bring the milk, boys.
Throw me out a number. Take a swing.
I'm going to play Black Price is Right rules. I'm just going to $1, Bob.
Oh, they're going to bid one over me.
Yeah. You're like 2001.
I'll take 2001, Bob. And he goes, $4, you idiot. 25.
Over 7,000 times he has verifiably lied.
I was going to say, it doesn't, not like even for the big stuff, just because he's, sorry for all of you folks that still believe Trump's a cool cat.
You're a fucking idiot.
Shout out at Cody Murphy on Twitter.
Oh, God.
One of my best friends in the Spec fam.
Trumpism is a synonym for fascism. We're moving towards it.
Oh no, radicalism. What are we doing? We've become a radicalist podcast.
No. That's a story for another
I
day.
know,
If you want me
but,
to get into that, I can. Because
but-
I've done the fucking research. Oh!
Comes up with this book like the Kool-Aid Man. He's like, oh yeah, I'm ready to radicalize you motherfuckers.
Got a fucking file. Not even radicalized, just like see the shit that's happening.
Just
I got a fucking
shoot
file
him
cabinet.
No, yeah.
Anyway.
If you still think that Trump isn't incompetent, I mean, it should be evident at this point.
To be fair, didn't we think he was incompetent going into this?
Yes.
I think so.
We knew he was incompetent.
Yeah.
Now we know he's a fascist.
But somehow he's been able to keep his businesses going.
Well, like,
and also make our economy better somehow. Not in a good way, but like for somebody that, I don't know if you know this, for somebody who doesn't look at the research, the gas prices used to be down a little bit, and I was like, hey, the economy's doing pretty all right. And
that's your one measure.
and now it's back up to almost $3. I'm like, the hell's happening?
That's your one. Oh, God.
Yeah, what else is there?
That's his touchstone.
Many things.
I like to say I like to keep my finger on the pulse of the economy, and I keep that by the gas prices. That's a little tax loophole for you, brother.
What my final thought, my final thing to say on this before I either go blow my brains out or drive home and get all my computer and all my research. Fuck Tucker Carlson. He's an idiot.
He's just a trash dude.
And also, yeah, oh, absolutely. You know, he didn't even like really want to end up on TV. You want to know how he got famous? You want to know
his radio thing.
No.
Oh.
He ended up on television because someone, bringing it back to OJ.
Yeah!
Everyone in the office but him was out to lunch except for one other person was like, hey, what do you know about, do you know about the OJ trial? Like, do you have information on it? And in his head, he was like, no, I know fucking jack
absolutely
shit.
don't.
But he paused. And he said...
He recalled the Tucker fact, and he went, I got just the thing.
He was like, yeah, I'm informed on it. 3 hours later, he was on CBS.
Oh my God.
That's how we got to start.
I seriously thought it was going to be some kind of like Black Mirror or Twilight Zone, like ironic thing that happened, or he was just, because like Republicans are all about the guns and whatnot. I thought like all of his coworkers were like out to like visit the local schools and they died in a shooting and he was the only one. They're like, Tucker, we need someone for 6 o'clock. And he said, I got it, boss.
We need a newsboy.
We need a newsboy for the 6 p.m. news. And he said, I got it. And then they put him on Fox and Friends.
Yeah. To finish
Would
my...
you like to know weather
Boy, I love that one.
Finish my last thing, though. Also, fuck Ben Shapiro, who was either lying or an idiot.
He's a smart guy, so I don't think that he's an idiot.
He's either very bad at arguing and deliberately lying, or he's an idiot. Those are the options.
I feel like it's just
deliberately lying.
Probably because he's
That's the option I'm going with.
everyone's about to explode. I think he's a smart dude, but I mean, a lot of the stuff that he talks about, I'm like,
He's not good at
Maybe
arguing.
don't touch that
he
one.
doesn't have evidence for things.
I'm like, old Ben, you just Jewish faith, stick to your Jew-ish faith.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, if you stretch it out, it's not anti-Semitic. You say Jew-ish
Oh, you know,
faith.
I found out that he spoke at Wabash.
Why didn't you go?
Oh, that was the year before I got there.
You should have went.
But I was fucking pissed.
I missed out on my best friend Ben.
Yeah, I asked my pledge pappy who was there. I was like, "Did you go?" And he was like, "No, I didn't know who the fuck Ben Shapiro was." Yeah, throw out literally any topic. I want to move on from this. We can even go back to OJ. I don't care.
I mean, I don't have much more for OJ.
Interesting topic I've always kind of thought about. What if you could forget a movie after you watch it?
And like re-experience it for the first time. I would definitely do that.
One
Absolutely.
movie that really I wish I could do that with is World War Z. So remember when I watched it, it was very suspenseful. And I just remember the entire time it was one of the first movies I was ever like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next, But now that I know it, it doesn't have that same effect anymore.
If I could forget one and rewatch it to relive the joy and everything, now that I'm older and would be able to understand all the stuff that happened.
Phantom Menace.
No, I was gonna say Cars 2, an even better film. I wasn't really even. Was I a kid when it came out?
I think we were all in
A
high
young
school.
adult when it came out. And some of the stuff it was for the kids and stuff. So I was like, I clapped and everything in the theater where I didn't see it. I got it on DVD though, so I watch it every once in a while. Best Cars film,
I don't know if you're doing a bit.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I would definitely watch that one again because now that I'm older, I'd see old. What is one character's name in that franchise? I don't remember. I was trying to remember the spy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, I know the usual suspects' names. It's the fancy spy dude where his grill looks like a sweet mustache, but I can't remember his
And
name.
he's like an Aston Martin or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I was gonna be
God.
whoa, you guy, you.
What a fucking
rad.
sharp left turn we took. Ben Shapiro to talking about the goddamn Cars universe.
Yeah, you don't remember Cars 2 where the eco car was the problem? Feels like there was an agenda there. They were like, he's trying to make cool solar
take away our
panels.
guns.
He's trying to take away our gas. We
away
need
our
gas.
guns.
How are we going to keep track of the economy if we're all driving electronic cars?
We won't know how we're doing.
What are we gonna do? The whole system's gonna fail. It's gonna be like the end of Endgame. Half the universe is gonna be gone because we lost our fossil fuels.
Oh God.
You want to talk about Endgame?
We're a little out of date for it.
No, everybody's still watching. It's still in theaters. It's topical.
Is it? Wait, yeah, it was just recent. Is it still in
It's
theaters?
still in
Yeah,
theaters.
they re-released
You know what? Fuck it. We're timely.
Wait, did
again.
you guys? Have you guys? You've seen Far From Home because you were
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Did
No.
you see it?
I wanted to see it with you guys, but instead I went and got beers with my brother.
Which is understandable. I was happy you did. I was like, hey, I heard. I forget who said your brother came into town. I think it was Patrick, and I was like, nice. But
Yeah, it was really good to see him. Anyway, Far From Home. What do you want to say about that? I might see it at some point. I don't care.
I would say it's the greatest Spider-Man film, but I think I'll say it's.
But I've seen Spider-Man 3.
No, I was going to say I've seen Amazing Spider-Man 2. They finally
The
completed.
jazz club scene.
They finally completed the Spider-Man 2 trilogy. There's 3 Spider-Man 2s. I don't know if you guys know those.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And every
That was a
They
redo.
finally finished the story, And first Spider-Man 2, he fought Doc Ock, and he had a thing where he didn't want to be Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man 2, his girlfriend died. Which, can we stop? Okay, I'll stop talking because we're gonna rope around into Amazing Spider-Man 2 talk, and I don't think you guys want that, but I really want to talk about
I'm just
Amazing
not
Spider-Man 2.
informed. I saw that movie ages ago, and I was like, meh. And then I
I
just
have that recorded on my DVR, and
Really?
I watch it all the time.
Oh God.
Mostly just because I love Jamie Foxx, who is an amazing actor, and is the only person in that entire production cast and crew who knew how that movie should have ended.
He played Electro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also the music was kind of rad. Also, Dane DeHaan was in it. The real Green Goblin. Topical from our last
What
thing
about
that we
Willem Dafoe?
William Dafoe.
did. Who?
Peter, it's me, Green Goblin.
Yeah, but why do you need that Green Goblin?
I don't.
When you have I just dropped my Band-Aid. I'll pick that up later.
Gross.
In case hopefully your dog doesn't need it.
For those listening at home, Chad had a Band-Aid.
I dropped my
Now he
Band-Aid.
doesn't.
Yep.
Where has it gone?
But why do you need Peter, Green Goblin, when you have Green Goblin who... what is one thing that Green Goblin does in that movie?
He injects himself.
Get fucking
with some-
Yeah, he gets, like, drunk or something on power, and then he, like, bares his teeth and goes, Peter!
He gives himself some Spider-Man blood.
Yeah, that's what he does. He said, you don't...
Oh.
Yeah, because the whole point of that movie was supposed to hammer home to the audience that Spider-Man gives people hope, and as long as you have hope, there's hope, and everybody can live because hope. And then the greatest line of that movie, which tells the actual meaning behind everything, is where Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin says, "You don't give people hope, you take it away," and then he kills Gwen Stacy. Spoiler for Amazing Spider-Man 2.
To be
Nobody's
fair,
going to see because it's a garbage film.
He casts her away and Spider-Man fails to
Yeah,
save
Spider-Man
Stacy.
killed her.
Oops.
Shot that one down.
Oops.
Yeah.
I mean, he caught her at the very end with the whiplash.
Yeah, he
right?
caught her. I mean, it's Gwen's fault. I mean, she shouldn't have been there. Freaking woman all in the business again.
Who played Spider-Man in that movie? Was it
Andrew
O.J.
Garfield.
Simpson?
Andrew Simpson? Yeah, the greatest
Andrew
Spider-Man, Andrew
The greatest
Grifton.
Spider-Man, O.J. Simpson.
He gives people hope. What can I say?
He gives people hope, and he's got some getting even to do.
Yeah.
Both things that Spider-Man does.
Yeah. Okay, so as we're a full-blown Amazing Spider-Man 2 talk, let's talk about Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Nope, let's go to something else.
Amazing Spider-Man 2!
I mean, we can keep talking about Spider-Man and how Tom Holland has made it into more movies than any other Spider-Man.
I was going to say,
it has.
controversial statement, and everyone that I went to most of the people I went to high school with, now that I've now that I've flipped, Spider-Man side-flipped over the fence to the other side, controversial statement, Tom Holland is the best Peter Parker in Spider-Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. I have a special place in my heart for Tobey Maguire. But God, man, he was the worst.
He's so bad.
Which
He's so bad.
I feel
love him so much.
I feel so bad because I want Tobey Maguire to be great in anything that he's in, but he just, man,
Seabiscuit was good. We like
Spider-Man
Seabiscuit.
1.
I
They
don't
could
know
not
that
wait to get that man out of high school because they were like, this guy is 35. He's trying to jump around with these high schoolers.
God,
We got to get him out of here real quick.
I love it so much when an old ass actor plays a young guy. One of my favorite
so
Bollywood
sad.
film has like a 52-year-old guy playing like a 21-year-old
Hell
guy.
yeah.
It's so that is a good movie. I need to show that to you at some point. It's called Three Idiots.
Mm.
But it's just like a famous actor. You're like, he's good.
Title of this podcast.
Yeah.
Too one
It's
old
such a
actor.
good fucking movie. So if we ever have 3.5 hours to dedicate to something,
Hell yeah.
we're watching Three
Just
Idiots.
Scratch out
Is it better?
Star Wars Episode 6 out of my schedule and we'll watch that movie.
Oh God, was that really that long?
Yeah,
Was it
I'm
really?
pretty sure all of the Star Wars films are 3 hours.
Ugh.
Maybe they're less. Maybe it's just when they're on TV, they're 3 hours.
Oh
but they
man,
gotta fit in commercials.
Last Jedi just took way too long.
Last Jedi was not that great.
I think I've only seen it once, and that was in theaters with you guys. I have not rewatched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it would be good if you cut out an entire storyline.
Yeah, well.
But
I'm just like not
yeah,
like Bollywood has a thing where they're good at very long movies because things are constantly changing.
Mhm.
Like Three Idiots is a comedy. It has musical numbers. It is a thriller. It is a mystery. It is all these things crammed into one, and they have time for it because it's 3.5 hours long, and it like works pretty well. But a lot of American movies where it's like, this is going to be a 3.5 hour film. Buckle up, kiddos. It's like,
Batman
We
versus
don't-
Superman.
that's
Yeah.
just what makes me laugh about
We just-
Bollywood films, though. It's because like they're like everybody's gonna watch this anyway, so we got to fit in all the genres. We just got to stick them in and
But
hope
it
it sticks.
works.
Yeah,
oh, it works, and I love it.
it's wild. But
Man, like Endgame, good as the culmination of a fuck ton of movies.
mhm.
As a movie by itself, it's not a good movie.
yeah,
It's definitely not what you want to start the series with.
Well, I mean, yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be the end, so it's you kind
But
of gotta
like,
watch it.
I watched it twice. The first time I was like, yeah, this is great. And the second
Great,
time I watched
it's
it, I was like, I want to go home.
for trying to wrap up 22 movies, including that one, and like everybody's story arcs. I'm pretty sure they still knocked it out of the park, but obviously it can still be better. There's a lot of stuff that people should have gotten more character moments, and some of the writing I just don't agree with anyway, because as okay that Marcus and McFeely are at writing, they're not that great. There's a lot of stuff that they're just not great. It's like, that's what you chose, and this is what you're choosing the hill to die on, where you're just like, we knew all along we were going to do it this way. And it's like, But,
I do enjoy in the last fight that, what's his face? Dr. Strange? It's like, I'm going to hold up this wall.
Yeah, he's just like, you guys take care of the fight. I'll hold up this wall.
I do like how in Infinity War and Endgame, like, Infinity War gave, like, showcases to different heroes, and then Endgame it was about, like, the other heroes they didn't cover in the first one. I did like that. Because, like, Doctor Strange had a lot of big moments in Infinity War, so he didn't get a whole lot in Endgame, which I thought was fair. You know, they kind of focused on the original 5 more.
Still don't like
Ant-Man and...
Still don't like Peter Quill.
Yeah, it makes me sad, because, like, I liked him in Guardians, and Guardians 2 I still kind of like, even though some people say Guardians 2 wasn't that great.
It wasn't as good as the first one.
I still enjoy it. One, because Kurt Russell's in it, and which is great, because he's great. And his son is great. I don't know if you've seen Kurt Russell's son in anything.
No.
Yeah, he's a...
You're not really giving us
22 Jump Street. Anybody?
Oh.
There's another movies that he's in, but I can't remember.
Where did he play in 22 Jump Street?
He was
he
cool college quarterback guy.
Oh, really?
Blonde-haired kid, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I enjoy that we're like, this one's going to be tough to follow for those of you listening at home. Just because we're like jumping from topic to
giving
topic.
references.
Yeah. It's a little free form, but bear with us.
It's okay. Should we just talk about people murdering each other? How about Casey Anthony and her kids?
Oh, she totally murdered.
She absolutely did. Endgame, though.
You know what Casey Anthony's up to nowadays?
I don't know.
She works for the attorney that defended her. They're not boning. They're boning.
Oh, I thought it was just going to be money under the table kind of thing, but that works too. There's something under the table.
There's goods and services
They're laying
being traded under the table.
They're laying on the money under the table.
But that's where she is. Her kids are still dead, though.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, kids are doing well, though. You know, college scholarships and everything.
Flowers on the grave every once in a while.
You know, as somebody who doesn't pay attention to the news, I like to think that her kids never existed. It was just a big publicity stunt to get her famous.
Her dead kids were crisis actors.
They just made them up so she could bang that attorney. That was their whole plan.
That's the Oh, God.
Was it like the Balloon Kid? Do you guys remember the Balloon Kid?
Oh, Balloon Kid, yeah.
Who, like, they said he was in...
He was in a weather balloon.
Yeah, and then he wasn't.
Down. No, he was just inside, and his parents told him to hide and then don't tell anybody.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that kid. I forgot. And then he was just like, yeah, they told me to go up. Or no, he was in his bedroom the whole time. That's what it was.
Oh, I thought he was, like, in the attic.
Either
way, he was just like...
Because they were like, he's up in the thing, and they were like, what was it like up there? He's like, oh, I was in the attic because you guys told me to be in there. And then his parents were like, fuck!
Under the bus.
I forgot about that.
Immediately.
That's hilarious. I forgot about that.
So just went for like weeks. They're just like, oh no, the kid
What
was
are we going to do about this balloon kid?
They're like, what was it like now that you're free? I was in the attic the entire time. Like, oh no.
And that happened live, and his dad like just tried to put him beside him.
Like, please no, you're saying, oh,
there's
my
hopes.
Our infamy.
There's a boy in that balloon. Shoot him down.
They just shoot down the
bazooka on their shoulders. Like, clear. Boom. Fires off.
There's just like a red
and it blows up, and they're like, no, my kid. Oh no. What are we going to do without him?
You guys also remember the big hype on Octomom?
Who?
Oh, what about? I know that she had a bunch of kids.
Yeah, but it was just because she had 8 kids. Like, people were just like all over her life.
That is a lot.
She wasn't even the original. You guys remember John and Kate plus 8? You guys want to talk a little about John and Kate plus 8? Oh yeah, they didn't make it past like season 2 of that show before they split.
Popular reference everyone will get: John and Kate plus 8.
Yeah, you guys remember? You guys alive during John and Kate plus 8? That was
I like the SNL bit they did though, where they're just like, Well, the show's canceled, but now you'll have John +4 and Kate +4 back to back.
Yikes. Divorce jokes. Hey,
there's divorce papers on that puzzle over there.
It's still over there.
Still topical.
Well, is it time for Aaron's Mystery Corner?
Oh, do you have one? If we didn't have any others, I was going to bring up Amazing Spider-Man 2 again. So
no, please don't.
We've already gone down that rabbit hole once.
Aaron's
today.
Mystery Corner.
There's so many complaints I want to make. I can fix that movie.
Aaron's Mystery Corner.
Put a music cue here. Aaron's Mystery Corner. Alrighty. So, I'm going to take a big drink of water. Got to get ready for this one. Got to stretch, got to squat.
Yeah. I have about 5 seconds. I could fix Amazing Spider-Man 2 if they would let me.
I don't believe it.
Give me 5 minutes and I could explain the plot and make it a good movie.
You had your minutes.
Yeah, we had a lot of minutes on that.
Yeah, we did.
Aaron's Mystery Corner. Okay, so there is a famous science fiction writer. His name's Philip K. Dick, or shortened to PKD. He is super prolific. He has written around 100 novels and short stories that have been published.
Well, yeah, Philly Dick. Everybody knows him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Granddaddy of science fiction.
No fucking clue.
That's okay. He's kind of out there, and he's not the best author, but I enjoy him. Towards the end of his life, all of his stuff start referencing each other, and referencing this dude writing what he refers to as the exegesis, which is just a collection of a shit ton of journals and notebooks. One of the character who's writing that, his name is Horse Lover Fat, which is Philip K. Dick. Because Philip is horse lover and Dick is fat.
That's his Tumblr name.
Yeah.
Horse Lover.
Okay, so towards the end of his life, it turns out that he actually was writing an exegesis in real life, based on events that he say happened to him, where he was getting these really bad headaches, and hears a knock at the door, opens the door, and there's a pretty dark-haired girl with a Christian fish necklace around her neck.
Oh, she ain't a Christian. I'm gonna call it now.
Not quite.
She's a freak.
But Philip K. Dick's oh, yo, nice necklace. And she's yeah, it's a sign of the early Christians. And he's oh, that's weird. Oh, my headache's worse. That night, he sees his vision goes pink, otherworldly pink in his words. And he starts seeing...
The fish.
Yeah. He starts seeing, thousands of, expressionist paintings flash before him, one after the other. And he's this is really fucked up. This is weird. Then he says an entity took him out and beyond the universe. He saw the universe and the mirror of the universe.
And it was garbage.
So he's basically, we'll get to that.
Oh, boy.
You're jumping the gun there, Shad.
I'm already ahead of Philly.
But, this isn't even science fiction novels that he wrote. These are letters that he wrote to his friends, prefacing it with, this is gonna sound crazy. But he's okay, stick with me here. The concept of time is coming to an end. Not that, we're gonna reach the end of the world, but that, time is gonna reach the end. We're going to be, complete. And once that happens, things are gonna start to slip backwards. So something came back from the future and beamed information into my head.
Oh, man, I envy Mr. K. Dick.
Is it Marty McFly? Did he come back?
No, just
Did he try to fuck Philly D's mom? Dude.
No. He says it's
Michael J. Fox cucked Philly D? Dude.
He did have 5 wives, so it would be hard to cuck him.
Yes, polygamy!
Separately at different times.
But
no. The entity that came back. At first he was is this the Russians? Are the Russians doing this to me?
Sure. No.
But then he was no. As he had these visions for months. Every night was real fucked up for him. But he said that this entity that came back was basically what Jesus was.
Of course.
Part of Valis. The vast Artificial Living Intelligence System.
Oh, god damn it, it's an acronym?
Yes,
Jesus Christ, I hate
ALICE.
this dude.
No, well, it's like real fucked up. So people are like, oh, he's just losing his goddamn mind. The editor... So I found a copy of this book, and it is enormous, and it looks like a big, gross Bible. And I'm working my way, most of the way through it now. And the editors are so mean to him.
They bully him.
Yeah, at one point, he wrote, I was, needless to say, I was having some weird nights. And there's like an asterisk, and at the bottom, the editor says, "This is the single most lucid sentence in this book."
Oh, no.
Like, that's mean. So, like, he's having all these things, he's, like, seeing, like, oh, I know, like, the shape of the world now. I know, like, how the world works, how the universe works.
Did he say it was a Dyson sphere? I really hope he said it was a Dyson sphere.
No, he towards the end he gets to where it's like, oh, it's like a hologram.
We need more Dyson spheres.
He starts saying all of his sci-fi novels are autobiographical.
Yes! Woo!
Which is real fucked up considering what I've read from him.
Our turn! Our hero!
So, like, there's all this weird shit happening. He's like, time's coming to an end, whatever. Also, Rome is coming forward. Like, he's seeing, he lived in California. He's like, oh, California. He's like, oh, shit, I'm in Rome. He's having a bad time.
Waldo painting.
But the weird stuff starts happening when he's, like, meeting with people in ancient Greece in his dreams. And, like, speaking to them. In what, like, he's like, I'm just, like, speaking. Like, I hear it as English or whatever. But then, like, the next day, like, he goes and writes stuff down. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I can understand what I wrote, but I don't know, like what language is this? Takes it to a nearby college.
Mm-hmm.
Professor friend of his. They're like, when did you learn Greek? And he's like, oh, shit.
Philip!
He's like, I didn't know Greek.
Oh, my
That's
God. Where in the world is Philip K. Dick?
When in the world?
When in the hell is Philip K. Dick?
Oh, man. So,
Jesus.
dude learned Greek in his sleep from nowhere. So that's kind of
That's actually kind of wild.
The editor in the bottom, in, like, the note was like, maybe he was having seizures? But it was like, how would that teach
Don't
him
we
Greek?
all?
Like, that's weird.
Well,
science.
you could take a page out of the 2018 hit film Predator and say that autism is the next step in human evolution. So they only come to kidnap the autists. Is that what you say? Because they're the next step, because they're smarter than all of us.
Cut this.
No, we don't. Just watch Predator 2018. You'll have a great time with the terrible film, but it has a meaning at the end that autism's good. Don't vaccinate your kids, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't know if you're anti-vax or pro-vax.
You'll never know. OJ's gonna kill me first.
The thing that's showing him things, though, kicks it up a notch.
Oh shit! Maximum overdrive for Philly D.
Where this entity is like, yo, Philly, here's the dilly.
Let me break it down for you, brother.
So your son, your young son, he has a birth defect that will kill him. And it was in his stomach. It was like, things were like wrapped up wrong. It's like, there's a birth defect. Here is everything you need to tell the doctor. Go get your son checked out. And he was like 5. Like, no one like knew shit about this. He was like, he's fine. He's a good kid.
He does well in school. He doesn't have cancer. Are you kidding me?
Didn't have any symptoms. Philip K. Dick is not a doctor. Very much not a
I was
doctor.
gonna say, what gave you the clue that he wasn't?
But he takes his son in and he's like, it's gonna sound crazy, but I have all this information. Here, take this. Please just do a test. They do a test. Lo and behold, the kid has the birth defect, and all the information he had was correct.
Holy shit!
That's crazy.
And that's fucked up. Because what happened to him? How did he get that information?
I feel like all of this was written after the fact, like after he had already gotten the tests.
I fucking wish, dude. I wish, because...
I stopped talking because Aaron looked like he was about to have a meltdown. Like, no, it wasn't. It's all real.
Like, this book is making me feel crazy.
Oh my god.
Because they got letters from the people he was sending letters to. And they're like, when did you get this? And they're like, oh yeah, this date. And it was before
the thing.
Oof.
So he has an alibi.
Yeah,
It's
they
more
have.
than OJ had.
We got some motherfucking timestamps.
Oh man, if only the internet was around as big as it is now when OJ killed his wife, he would have been like, I have the stamps, the receipts, Mr. Judge, Mr. Lawman.
But like that's fucked up because he was writing this shit as it was happening.
That is kind of wild.
That is insane.
And I have no explanation for it. But then he like at the beginning of every letter is like, oh, this is like a neat idea. And by the end of every letter, I'm like, what the fuck did I just read?
This idea is maybe gone.
Because he wrote a lot of letters to Clara Bush, and one of them is like, hey, I've been thinking a lot about the idea of like perception as reality and like what that means. Like thinking of the idea like how does the room look when I'm not there? Like what am I imposing on things? Like how do things really look? And it's like not something that he can really know.
Is this a tree falls in the woods kind of scenario?
I mean, kinda. It's like, are things really the way that I see them?
It's a Toy Story concept. When you're not in the room, the
through
toys are going around. They're just dancing about. Is that what happens with like the armchair?
No.
Are the drapes blue? What if they're green when I come in? What if my purple is not your purple, Aaron?
I mean, it's that, but taken a couple steps farther, where it's like, do we all just like agree that like this is how people look?
Absolutely.
Or like this is what like a table is, or like what if our brains have just been fucked up for so long that everything is really weird, and this is where he starts losing me.
Oh my god. It's just an everything is relative kind of thing?
Everything is perception.
Yeah.
Well, everything like we think of everything as what we perceive them as.
As reality.
So he's like, what is it really? Like, what is it underneath our perception? Which is like that's
Scrolls.
Yeah.
Scrolls.
Like that's like a neat thing to think about.
Yeah.
But it's also like at the end he's like, Jesus was a Greek god. He was son of Zeus. His real name was Zagreus. Zeus slew the Titans with thunderbolts and in parentheses laser beams ?
Probably laser beams, most definitely.
Literally laser beams, but just lightning bolts that are straight.
Yeah.
Are you telling me lightning bolts are gay? Dude, controversial topic of the century. That's our title right there. Dude, that's how you get the clicks. You gotta have controversy in all caps with multiple question marks. Lightning is gay? Question mark?
With like the Home Alone.
Yeah, just clapped on the face.
To clarify, I just meant lightning when you see it is usually all zigzag. But when you put it into a straight line...
You know, people know. People are gay. I don't know if you know this, Travis, but there's people out there that...
Pride Month just ended. Happy Pride to those who celebrate.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Lil Nas X came out on the last day and really showed the homophobes.
Like,
I just love that people like... Yeah, it's really cool, like, because I do like... Because there is a lot of, you know... I don't know if you know this, but there is a lot of prejudice against black people and black males and women. Especially in the music industry when he makes country-esque songs.
Don't let Tucker Carlson...
don't let Tucker Carlson tell you different. Lil Nas X can make good music. But it was dope that he like came out and he's just like, hey, it's, you know... I am, and everybody's like, nice, bro. But it just made me laugh that people were like, haha, he showed those folk, and I was just like, you really gotta take it there. I mean,
why not just like celebrate what he's doing? Yeah, he's doing good stuff.
The mindset of, I mean, it happens on all sides of everything. It's just like vindication and, well, I'm right finally, and that's everything's right in the world because I'm right and they have to be wrong. So I mean, it's just. Stuff like that.
A lot of times my frustration is like, oh, I'm right, but it doesn't matter, and we're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. That's once you come to terms with that, you get old and depressed and crippled, and your knees hurt sometimes, and that's all about getting old.
You're 20. You're younger than me.
I say at 21 years old, the spry age, where sometimes my knees pop more than they should. Somehow I still have good knees when, like, a lot of people our age are just like, yeah, I need, like, knee replacement and stuff because my knee, I just blew out my knee in sports. I'm like, well, if you did theater like your boy, you know, you'd still have knees.
Maybe.
We got
mine lucky.
Are popping. They're like corn nuts, they are. I just have about 4 that are jumbled up with bone marrow in my
See,
knees.
I'm a big old nerd. I'm backstage theater, so I do not get hurt.
There you go. You got the
Worst that
reinforced
happens-
knees.
Yeah, worst that happens to me is like cuts and scrapes and stuff.
Oh, my finger.
No
I'm like,
joke,
I'm dying of lung cancer. And he's like, oh, I got a freaking...
I poked myself with a
Hangnail.
needle.
Remember when we started this with OJ?
Oh, so long
I was
ago.
gonna say, I can easily run
So long
back around
ago.
OJ.
Or was it? Did time move forwards or backwards? And we wouldn't even fucking know, would we?
What's
Would
Marty
we?
McFly doing here?
Only Philip K. Peter K.
Only
whatever his
Philip K.
name
Dick.
was.
See, the thing is,
James K. Polk
he's
or
actually
whatever
like
his name was.
a good guy. He just kind of lost his mind. He also said
we
the
all?
beautiful sentence of "I chug-a-lug the beer," because he was talking about how like in overnight, he went from like always drink wine, never beer, really bad at business. I like rocking shit. I don't know. To the next day, he was like, wine's gross as hell. I fired my accountant and I'm really good at it now.
I'm really good at firing my accountant.
No, like I'm really good at business. I'm a busy businessman. And I listen to classical music and I read the Bible, which I didn't do before.
But I do now.
So he's like, am I being possessed by my pastor friend?
By my bishop.
Yeah.
But does that quote live up to the great I don't even know how to say this, like
Cars, I'm
professional.
gonna lose my mind.
No, it's from Lil Dicky, the rapper, where he said, I've been skim milk chugging with a bitch hot as asphalt. Bitch wonder why I'm coming quick, it's your asphalt.
Oh God.
Is it better than that? I don't think so.
I think so.
The Shakespeare of our era. Which he's actually really talented. I love Lil Dicky for all you Lil Dicky fans out there. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's alright.
He's a good guy. He's an inspiration to Travis.
Specifically.
I'm not cultured here.
I'll have to show you some of his freestyles because he's pretty good.
Well, alright, it has been a chaotic show, but somehow we have slogged to the end.
I still have more topics, but nobody wants me to talk about it.
Yeah, we gotta...
We don't have 45 minutes for you
Dude,
to go
we
on
can
top.
have we need to have a 24-hour telethon like the
Telephone.
Jimmy Stewart or Swaggart, who was the guy who raised money for kids and who was the televangelist. Find out next time. I don't know. Swaggart is the televangelist.
See what we need
Stewart is the kids guy. Yeah.
See what we
But he
need
has
to
a big
do.
telethon where they raise money, and we should do that.
We need to do this art show that I saw once. We need to do it again, but with more of us. Called "Let's Paint, Exercise, and Makes Mixed Drinks, and Take Calls."
Hey.
Where he's in a full business suit, running on a treadmill, painting and taking calls from really mean people.
That's awesome. I love that.
It was on local access cable.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I want to do that.
That's hilarious.
We crawled to the end. Here we are. Thank you for listening. If you did, if you didn't, oh well, have a good day. I have been Aaron Boyd. That is Shad. Thanks, Shad.
That's something. Oh, fuck.
That's Shad. Thank you,
No,
Shad.
dude.
And that was Travis.
As always, I've been Trace Managasaki.
You should have realized that he was a dick the whole time. Like.